Ladies and gentlemen, I know I've always come across as a man who knows what makes good media good, what makes bad media bad, whether it be in film or television. I can always decipher what makes something special or what makes something crap. But I have a confession to make. You see, despite all my knowledge, despite being a connoisseur of children's television, I have to admit, I like iCarly.
Talk about a show that had a mixed reception. It ran from 2007 to 2012 and for a while rivaled SpongeBob as Nickelodeon's most popular and overplayed show. Yet despite that, it was hated by so many people, and it's not really hard to see why. It followed a teenage girl named Carly, played by Miranda Cosgrove, who does a weekly web show with her friends Sam and Freddie, and sometimes getting help from her older brother Spencer. I mostly liked the show because it was funny and entertaining, but just like Dan Schneider's other show, Drake and Josh, it had a surprising amount of bad episodes. Now, iCarly had more episodes overall, so I'd say the ratio was pretty much the same, but I also say the worst episodes of this show weren't as bad as the worst episodes of Drake and Josh. And that's because bad iCarly episodes gave you a variety of terribleness. Whereas Drake and Josh's problems mostly stem from Megan, this show gave you bad lessons, characters going out of character, too much plot, too little plot, whatever the fuck I Sell Penny Tease was, and mean-spirited.
There's so many choices. Which one should I go with? Well, seeing as it's Earth Day, how about their environmental episode? This is iGo Nuclear.
We begin with Sam and Gibby fighting as they walk into class.
What's the problem now?
Sam tried to give Gibby a wedgie. Yeah, and this happened!
Ah, cricket!
Their hippie teacher, Mr. Henning, walks in eating a pepper because quirky, and tells them that it's National Green Week, and so after wasting our time with a stupid jingle, he tells them that their project for the week is to make something original that benefits the environment. That seems very vague, especially when he tells them that it will count for a large portion of their grade, and if they don't do well, then they have to go on a trip with him in the woods for extra credit, but it does at least lead to a decent joke.
What about really big fluorescent light bulbs?
Gibby, go stand in the corner.
Ah, mustard!
I think I'll start using that as a comeback. Ah, mustard. Nah.
After the theme song, Carly begins watching a video with a woman in front of that Windows wallpaper to learn to make a composter. Box, worms, dirt, there's your composter. And no, the scene isn't funny.
Aw, you stuck to the ceiling.
It's gonna land on someone, isn't it?
Freddie comes in with his fancy-dancy composter, including worms imported from Portugal, because Portugal worms are far more environmentally friendly than US worms. Fucking wasteful carbon-emitting piece of shit. Carly needs a new project, and Spencer gives her the idea to motorize her scooter, that way she doesn't have to take the bus.
I don't think that... Oh.
Was it worth it? Was it?
The day to present their project arrives. I'm not really sure if this is supposed to be the next day or not, and of course Sam chose not to do a project. Meanwhile, Carly's project isn't doing so hot.
Hey, move, lady! I'm helping the environment!
How? No, seriously, Carly's supposed to be pretty smart. How does she think this will help more than just riding a bike? Back at the class, Freddie is presenting his composter.
Well, Freddie, it looks like you put a lot of work into this project.
I did.
Look, it's fine, but it's not new or exciting or good.
I asked you teenagers to create a new form of energy. Is that too much to ask?
But at least it's...
D-. Sit.
So putting in hours of work and spending God knows how much money for a project you barely established any rules for gets you a D-. Congrats! I now hate this character. What could he possibly do to make this scene worse?
Behold, the humble orange. So many of our foods and beverages today are sold with all kinds of needless packaging. Well, I say to heck with packaging. If I'm thirsty, I can just do this. You see, I just had a drink and a snack.
Bravo! Bravo, Sam!
What?
She jammed her thumb into the future. That's an A for you, Sam.
Alright. I know I said my least favorite cliche was the workaholic dad cliche, but that's no longer the case. Now it's the teacher who rewards zero effort cliche.
Seriously, fuck that cliche. Any teacher who gives good grades to students who put in little effort and bad grades to students who put in actual effort, but it just doesn't fit into the teacher's standards of quality can automatically go onto my hate list.
Alright, Mr. Henning, you can go right below Wesley and right above the two main characters from Mr. Right.
I swear, Sam can be tolerable when they don't just make her into the show's version of Megan. Stop doing that, Dan! Stop it! Carly shows up and Mr. Henning points out the obvious that an electric scooter would probably use more energy than just taking the bus, and so gets a D-.
Hey look, fire! That creates more warmth with less energy than an electric heater, I think.
So Carly is given...
I really don't give a shit if it does or not, just please don't leave anything in the comments.
So Carly is given the weekend to create another project, but unfortunately her homemade pesticide doesn't work. Thankfully, Spencer finds a guy named Cal, and this leads to another decent joke.
He let me borrow his stain stick.
Yeah. Can I get that back?
Oh, yeah, sure.
This is a pepperoni stick.
Oh my God, I'm in trouble.
Alright, so that's 2 funny jokes, and we're almost 16 minutes in.
So Cal is a science student at MIT and says he will help Carly create a new project.
What would you say if I told you that we could build a compact power generator, only this big, that gives off no pollution?
I'd say you were a witch and I'd burn you at the stake. But amazingly, he does build it, including a fuel supply that glows. So, evil. Carly decides to use it to power the next episode of iCarly, and Cal says it should be enough. Keep that in mind. Also, just because it has a lot of power does not mean it will make a fan go 3 times as fast as it usually does. So they begin the show, inviting Cal and Mr. Henning on and show off their generator. The show goes off without a hitch and Mr. Henning gives her an A+. So I'm guessing he's not gonna ask how she built that. But really, why would I expect him to? The police ask Cal about his haircut and then seems to recognize him.
I've seen your face.
No, I don't.
FBI most wanted. You're a criminal.
What?
Then why would you bother being on the web show at all? I mean, I know he tried to put on a disguise, but if you're on the FBI's most wanted list, I would think you would come up with some kind of excuse that you couldn't show up.
Stop! Go after him, I'll call it in. Let's get him! What's going on? The guy's wanted by the FBI.
Why?
What'd he do? He buys and sells black market uranium rods to create nuclear power, which is extremely illegal.
Then why did he build it for free, and allow her to show it off to the entire internet? This guy is the worst mass criminal in the world!
So Mr. Henning takes away Carly's A+, and her and Freddy have to go on the camping retreat. And we end the episode with the two looking depressed. Remember kids, effort is pointless.
I really don't like this one.
I mean, I can't say it's objectively the worst. Like, Sheep Throws, there are ones that have more problems, but this is the one I hated the most. It's boring, it's not funny, Mr. Henning is an awful character, Cal's motivation makes no sense, and it ends on such a depressing note. It's bad, but it's not even spectacularly bad like some other iCarly episodes. This is just lame, with enough infuriation to make it completely useless. But I still like the show. Yeah, it had a lot of problems, but when it was good, it could be really good. It had a certain charm to it and had it just the right time.
If you're gonna start watching the show, maybe go on TV Tropes to find out which episodes to avoid. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Ah, cricket! I just banged on the floor and I'm on the 2nd floor. Oh god, I hope I didn't hike anyone up down there. Oh, I just hit my fucking hand on the floor.